These are my 3 biggest loose leash walking mistakes. I'm gonna use Chico here. Chico did the board and train a month ago, 2 months ago. Now he's back for follow-up board and train while the owners are out of town. My 3 biggest loose leash walking mistakes. I have been to so many people's homes over the years, taught so many classes, done so many privates out here. I see the people get out of the car. I see the people from their homes. I drive down the street. I see people walk their dogs. These are the 3 biggest. There's probably 5, 6, 7 loose leash walking mistakes. These are my big 3 though. So we're gonna start with number 1. Number 1 is allowing the first pull. If the dog never has a first pull, the dog never pulls on a leash. Don't allow the first one. When is the first pull? There's about 3 instances where the dog is gonna pull and you need to be ready for it. It's either, Chico, what are you doing, dude? You hear him whining? You're good. You're a good boy. Chico's a good boy. Here is where the dog is going to pull for the first time. When you put the leash on in your house and the dog goes, I'm going to the door, you don't allow that. You stop, you give them a little correction, or you even pull them back, then you release again. Now we're on a loose leash in your home. Now you can go on that walk and your dog's gonna be not perfect, they might pull again, but they're gonna be better because you didn't allow the first pull. When's another time? Oh, my dog's good when I put the leash on. Oh, my dog waits at the door. And then when you release the dog out of the door, they sometimes pull. Or when you take that left down the street, they sometimes pull. Maybe that's your first pull. Don't allow that. Stop, give them a little correction, or even let them hit the end of the leash and you be a tree. Wait till the leash is loose, or pull them back like I did with Chico, where you just pull them back, then loosen it up again. Then go down the street again. Don't allow the first pull. If you don't do that, the dog, Chico, chill, dude, then your dog will simply not pull on the leash, and you'll get the control early. That's why you see me in that office doing the doorway method so much. All right, the second biggest mistake is that people don't use training collars or harnesses. You guys, I can't tell you how flawed of a system this is. Normal collar on a 80-pound dog is the most flawed system in the world. This is a horrible system, this thing right here called a collar. Now, you see me make videos with collars. You know why? Because I see you guys want to use collars. That's my way of doing it. I've told you about head harnesses. I've told you the best way, but many of you don't want to use them. So I'm like, okay, you don't want to use them. I'm going to tell you the best way with just a normal collar. But it's horrible. It's a horrible, horrible, horrible system. Think about Prince, my Doberman. He's got this long neck. It's about that long. The collar sits down this low. You have no head control. The only thing worse than a collar is a back clip harness. Then you have really no control. So one of the biggest mistakes is not using a head halter, a front clip harness, a slip lead, a prong collar. I'm not in love with prong collars for a variety of reasons, but it's better than this. I could keep saying products out there that are different than this. It just simply sits too low on the neck. You have no control over a big dog. You have to use a lot of strength, or you have to have unbelievable mechanics in that stop and pop method to do this. And even then, the dog's like hitting the end of the leash. Even if they're making themselves hit the end of the leash, it's not a fun thing to do. So use something. Make it easier on your dog. Make it easier on you. Use something. This is a flawed system. It is just plain flawed. This is not meant to be a good walking device. So make it easier on yourself. Front thing, I'm not in love with choke chains, but at least they sit higher up. They don't sit at the base of the neck on these long neck dogs. Front clip harness, there's a number of those. So you got to use something. Use something, all right? And who cares about what people say or pride? I don't even think people say that much about prongs or gentle lead or nose harnesses. It doesn't matter. This doesn't work. It really doesn't work. Until your dog gets older and calms down, it just doesn't work. All right, and the last thing is most people do not treat a walk like a training session. You want your dog to walk well on a leash? You're not going on a walk. You're doing an hour-long training session. That's what you're doing. Have that mindset. When you're doing, I'm going to work on bed stays, I'm going to work on sits and downs, it's a training session. You know it's a training session. Well, have the attitude that a walk is also a training session. Okay? Go get on walks. Be the type of person that is always training their dog to be a better dog, and have your walk be a full-on training session. You can add sits, you can add downs. It doesn't just need to be loose leash walking. Okay? That is my 3 biggest loose leash walking mistakes that I see people make. There's more. I did narrow it down to 3. 3 is a nice number to put in the title of this video. So those are the 3. If you fix those 3, you've got a good walker. You just do. I guarantee it. You put a head harness on him, you don't let him do the first pull, and you treat your walk like a training session, you're gonna have a good walker after this video. So go do it and get your dog out there and go on walks.